I'm going to take you through some of my favorite dynamic warm-up exercises that I do before a lot of workouts or when I'm feeling stiff and achy. These exercises are great to do early in the morning. They're great to do before a workout, and they're great to do anytime throughout the day that you might feel a little stiff. It doesn't take a lot of time, and the key is to flow through the movements so that you're moving your joints and creating some lubrication within your muscles and your joints. So I'm going to have you start up against the wall. You're going to place your hands at about chest height and back your feet up around 3 feet from the wall. And I'm going to have you drop your hips and your glutes back, flatten out your back, and then flow up to a neutral spine, and then flatten out again. And just move through this flow position. So this stretches out your glutes, the back of your legs, your lower back, your shoulders. And each of these exercises I do about 5 to 10 times. It really kind of depends on what I need. So do with what feels good for you. Good. And you just inhale to neutral, exhale back. Inhale neutral, exhale back. Great. And then you can take 1 foot back behind you, press your weight through your heel, feel that stretch in your calf. Hold for a few seconds, and then you can switch. And you can come on up and do a quad stretch. So stand up nice and tall, slight bend in the leg you're standing on. As you grab your ankle and press your heel away from your glutes. You can also use a towel if this was hard for you to grab your ankle. Again, you want to do it on both sides. Great. Okay, then go ahead and place your back up against the wall. With a slight bend in your knees, your weights through your heels, you're just going to have your arms back towards the wall so your back is up nice and tall. Look straight ahead, and then reach your arms up and drive your elbows down. So reach up and drive your elbows down. Up and drive your elbows down. Up and drive your elbows down. Good. Again, do as many times as you need. This is to loosen up your upper body, your back, your shoulders, your chest. Exhale as you pull down. Inhale as you go up. Exhale down. Great. And then I come down to the ground. So I'm going to have you lie on your back. And you're going to take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. And we're going to do some windshield wipers, or some people call them 90-90s. And you're going to drop both knees over to one side. Draw your belly button in, and then bring your knees over to the other side. Draw your belly button in and switch sides. So we just alternate back and forth. Again, you're going to feel a flow through this movement. This exercise is to stretch through your lower back, your IT band, your quads. You might feel your hip flexor there. And just go back and forth. Great. And then bring your body back to neutral. Bring your feet about hip width apart. And then you can do a pelvic tilt. So here you're pressing your lower back to the floor, and then you're relaxing. Press your lower back to the floor, and then you relax. You can imagine as if your pelvis is like a clock and your belly button is 12 o'clock and your feet are 6 o'clock. And you're going from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock and trying to press your lower back to the floor and then relax. Doesn't have to be a big exaggerated movement. This is just to help loosen up your lower back and your pelvic floor. Good. Then next exercise, I'm going to have you lift your hips up into a bridge and then roll it down. Roll it up into a bridge and then roll it down. Roll up into a bridge and roll it down. Here you can exhale as you go up, inhale as you go down. Exhale as you go up, inhale as you go down. Exhale as you go up, inhale as you go down. Exhale as you go up, inhale as you go down. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. Great. Okay. Then I'm going to have you turn over onto your hands and your knees. And here you want your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees, right underneath your hips. And you can do a little bit of a mad cat and then go down to sway back or to neutral. So it's rounding up and then down. Exhale as you round up. Inhale as you relax into neutral. Exhale, round up. Inhale, relax into neutral. Exhale, round up. Inhale, relax to neutral. And just continue through that flow. Great. Okay, now we're going to take it with your knees a little bit wider. And I'm going to have you push back into child's pose and then come up to neutral. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Inhale, come up into neutral. Exhale, go back into child's pose. Inhale, come up to neutral. Exhale back, so you feel that through your back and your shoulders. Go back and up. Back and up. Back and up. Great. Okay, next move, you're going to tuck your toes underneath you. And we're going to go back into a downward dog. So you want to start with your hands at about your shoulder level. You're curled your toes underneath. You're going to press your hips up and drop your heels down. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3. Then come down and drop your hips back. Hold 1, 2, 3, and then go to neutral. Up and press back. Hold 1, 2, 3. Come down and press back. Hold 1, 2, 3. And up and back and press through your heels. So you're going to feel this through your back, your shoulders, your calves, your hamstrings. Come down. Rest into child's pose. Go back up. Press down. Down. Press back. Good. We're doing 2 more. Up and back. And then bring your knees down and press back. And we'll do 1 more time. Up, heels down, hips back, and then come down and press back. Good. And then roll yourself up and walk your hands back. And then the last stretch I like to do is to do a hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to have you take 1 foot forward and you're on your back knee. And what you're going to do is you're going to press your hips forward, feeling this through your hip flexor. You can bring your hands to the ground. And then you're going to sit back and raise your toes. Feel that through your hamstring. And then flow back forward. Feel that in your hip flexor. And then press back. And then go forward. And go back. And go forward. I'm going to do 2 more here. Back. And forward. And then 1 more back. And forward. Great. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. So you're going to take your foot forward. You're on your knee in the back. And you're going to press your hips forward, feeling that stretch through your hip flexor. And then lean back. Feel your hamstring. Go forward. Feel your hip flexor. And go back. And go forward. Nice and slow. If you feel like you need a little bit more time in each position, that's totally fine. Allow your body that stretch. But there is benefit in the flow to help you get into the stretch a little bit more. Great, we'll sit back. Good, that's perfect. So those are the exercises that I like to do as a flow warm-up. Feels great middle of the day. It feels great in the morning before a workout or at the end of the day. Give it a try.